Yes. So some more students are here. Would love to say this tiny thing once again. Welcome once again from my side, all of you here, watching it live or later. In this video, we will discuss the most important concepts of conditional statements completely, because if you check PYQ's previous year questions, you will come across SVA, subject verb agreement, is the most important topic in English, whether it's bank or SSC or any other examination. And in SVA, we have conditional clauses, the first conditional, second conditional, third conditional, also the zero conditional and such. So I start the session now without any delay. Welcome all of you here. Welcome from my side. Initially, let me start with the basics of this. Books have mentioned some rules, of course we have to follow, but let's derive them. And they are when your action, when your condition, when your bet is there in present, or present indefinite precisely, the results go in future. A little patience from your side. We will derive all these things, to be honest. When you have present indefinite, the action in, the condition or the bet, the results are marked in future indefinite. Okay, they say that. When your action is in past indefinite, or the condition is in past indefinite, or the bet is in past indefinite, we have to mention word in the result. Okay, there must be some rules such. I repeat, we will derive this. Or when you have past perfect, your condition is in, your action is in, or your bet is in the result we have to mention would have along with a third form also. Okay, these are the rules. Those who are fond of mugging up, you can. Let's derive them. Welcome GPT, all welcome. Hello brother, and all of us. Initially, if I mention any action, any bet, any condition, and there's another dependent sentence on that, like if you come till 5, I'll go with you, otherwise I'll have to go alone. If you come till 5, I'll go with you, otherwise I'll have to go alone. That's a condition. If you come till 5, Mummy, if I get leave, I'll come this Diwali. If I don't get leave, I may not come this Diwali. So I am going to come is totally dependent on if I get leave or not. In all these conditions, we call these the conditional clauses or the conditional sentences. Now feel this, everybody watching it live or later. I'm a native speaker of Hindi. In Hindi, we use the conditional clause in future. We use the result also in future. Speaking Hindi for a minute for 10 seconds. देखो अगर मेहनत करोगे तो पास हो जाओगे. जब वो आएगा तो बात कर लूंगा. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. We use both the clauses in English. Whenever I have taught South Indian students also from Malayalam, speaking Tamil and Telugu, excuse me if there is a specific language which doesn't allow so, but generally when I ask students from South India, do we say that? Because in Hindi we say that. We say that in Malayalam also. We say that in Tamil also. We say that in this language also. I've got the feedback. No problem if it doesn't exist. In English, it doesn't exist. What? Please remember, I consider freshers and repeaters both here. Whoa. I consider freshers and repeaters both here. Conditional clauses can never be in future. That means if you will work hard, you will succeed. Sounds good because we say that in our native tongue. मेहनत करोगे तो पास हो जाओगे. But in English, it doesn't exist. Conditional clauses can never be in future. Sneha Harar Mahadev. Not just with if, maybe with until, maybe with unless, maybe with when, maybe with while, maybe with say as soon as, maybe with as far as, maybe with anything such. Your conditional clause can never ever ever be in future, because if you translate that in your native tongue, you will see, yes, we say that. We don't say that in English. So the first and foremost condition is both the clauses can never be in future. Put the condition in present, the results in future, and you have a statement. If you work hard, you will succeed. Dropping this will, we have a statement. If you work hard, you will succeed. Fine. Let's transform. That's the first conditional they say. If you mention the action in present indefinite, the result is supposed to be in future indefinite. Okay. Everybody, common sense. If you mention this in past, so if here conjunctions don't have past, pronouns don't have past, yes, verbs transform themselves into past, work becoming worked, past indefinite, V2, hard adverb staying the same. Let's derive this, I'm saying. You, the pronoun as it is, will in past becomes would, Models take a fresh form. Models take a fresh form. That's a V1. We have the second conditional. I'm explaining. I haven't finished yet. The second conditional here. That was the first one. If you will work hard, I repeat, conditional clauses can never be in future in English. Maybe in this or that language we say that, because in Hindi we say that. In other languages we say that. Not allowed in English. Let's transform that into past. So if you work hard becomes if you worked hard in past, you will succeed becomes you would succeed. That's the second conditional. Call this common sense or a rule, you have it. Let's derive the third one. Put both the equations in past perfect tense. Past perfect tenses have had and a third form also. Let me transform this. So if you worked will become had worked hard. Adverbs remaining the same, only verbs change time and tense. You would, everyone, a bit of common sense. Models take a fresh V1 after them. Had plus V3 here, then there should be a had plus V3 here. Common sense, I would say LHS equal to RHS. But that was the finite verb here. It will be V2. We already have a V2, the past form of will, would, and models don't take a V2. So instead of had, we will be putting have itself. I repeat, this is V2, done. We can't have a V2 after model. They take a fresh form. And third form, third form. So the third form of succeed will be, succeeded. And that's the conclusion. Doubts welcome, Amol. Hey dear. Now, if you work hard, you will succeed. If you worked hard, you would succeed. If you had worked hard, you would have succeeded. Those who understand Hindi, मेहनत करते हो तो पास हो जाओगे, मेहनत करते तो पास हो जाते, और मेहनत की होती तो पास हो गए होते. These are the three conditional clauses, most important pillars of English language and quite frequently repeated, asked in PYQs, whether it's bank or SSC or any other examination. Okay, objections heartily welcome. So these are the conditional clauses. Have a look again. If you work hard, present indefinite. You will succeed, future indefinite. No need to mug up rules. If you worked hard, this is past indefinite with a V2, you would succeed. Common sense is will becomes would in past. Okay, would is mandatory here. If you had worked hard, past perfect, had with a V3, you would have succeeded. Have V2 already here with a V3. Any doubt from anybody here watching it live or later? Welcome. Let's practice them. Conclusion. We started with the points. We are here deriving them ourselves. Present indefinite, future indefinite, past indefinite, would, past perfect, would have. Answers from your side. Welcome. Thank you so much. Manoj, hey dear. Please have a look, and corrections from your side are needed. Starting with a boundary. The others present over here, please answer, because after all, you have to answer in the examination, so I won't be there. And they are easy, absolutely, Pavan. They are not at all difficult, not at all. Need not write the whole sentence, Ashish. Just mention that erroneous part. Welcome, Neha. Manoj, we made a mistake here. That's what I wanted to teach. Check where is the condition and where is the result. Please check. Thumbs up to many of you out here. Third form, Pavan, she would have interrupt. That's first form. She would have interrupted. Exactly. Sneha. GPT. Quite impressive. No, word given is not possible. Models don't take a V2 or a V3. They take a fresh V1. Word given, not possible. Have a look again. No, brother. I would had is not possible. Would have, but that's not a conditional one because the first fraction of yours is V2 if I knew him, past indefinite. The rest of that is the third conditional, would have talked. As easy as that. Past indefinite here, past indefinite there. Past perfect here, past perfect there. Done. Sorry. I think done. Let's go ahead together. Let me realize. Analyze. I would say that again. That's not a rule. Common sense. If you work hard, will succeed. Worked hard, would succeed. Can feel this in your native tongue also. Just don't feel the conditional clause in future. Results will be in future for sure. If you had worked hard, you would have succeeded. Do this. Let me check. Because not always do we come across the condition. Why is this so black? Just a sec. Not always do we come across the condition at first and the result at the end. Sometimes we have the results at first and the conditions at the end then. I will come if I get leave. I will come if I get leave. And that way also. Judge this. Everyone, as soon as we have a conditional conjunction here, so that should be the conjunction, conditional clause, that should be the independent statement. As soon as I will reach New Delhi, I will send you the file. Not possible. Conditional clauses can never be in future. The condition has to be in present. Let me reach first. Once I reach, I'll send you the file. So I have to reach first and then I will send you the file. So that's the condition, not allowed in future. As soon as I reach New Delhi, I will send you the file. The first conditional. However, this is the flipped version. Everyone, doubts welcome. He will shift to Mumbai when he will, just a sec, will here. Got the error, but have to remove from this one or that one. This is the result, everyone. Absolutely, Manoj. He will shift to Mumbai. That's not a condition. There is no conjunction here. If you say, if he does, if he goes, when you say etc. He will shift. Say, I will shift to Mumbai when I will retire from this job. So first of all, I have to retire from this job. Then I will shift to Mumbai. So here we have this, the result. That's the action here. That's the result here. But if we have the result first, flipping possible, we have the condition here. And conditional clauses can never be in future. Singular subject, SES, no problem. If she had seen me, third conditional. These are the numbers. First conditional, second conditional, third conditional, that way. If she had seen me, everyone, common sense, they are so easy. Had seen, had in a third form, had in a third form also there. She would. We don't have a have here. Insert and a third form here. No problem. She would have, third conditional, interrupted me. I will come if I will get leave. Seems so well, so good, but is not. Result can be in future. That's the first conditional again. But the condition can never be in future. I will come if I get leave. If I knew him, second conditional, V2 here, I would have talked. No, V2 here, I would talk to him. If I had a pen, I would have given it to you. Everyone, that's a second conditional, because if I had a pen, you can ask your doubts, no problem. We'll discuss in between the session also. If I had a pen, this is actually V2. It doesn't have a third form here, so we can't have a third form here. Drop it. I would give it to you. If you have objection in this one, 7th or 8th one, please ask. If she will come, I will talk to her. First conditional again, conditional clauses can never be in future. If she comes, we'll talk to her. And third conditional again. If you had seen the injured, had in a third form here, had in a third form here also. You would have enjoyed and such. Going ahead, if you have any objection, feel free to say. We have the mixed conditional also. Before that, let me show you the zero conditional also. Common sense, everybody. You stay here. English won't be a subject with rules and regulations, because here at the competitive level, we have to go through contextually also. Not everything follows those norms, the fixed ones. Sometimes we have to adjust as per the need of the sentence. Like, if you come till 5 p.m., I'll go with you. Something belonging to future. If India wins today, I'll throw a party. The match is in the evening. If we win today, I'll throw a party. Will happen in the future. If they come tomorrow, we will go there this weekend in the future. But not everything happens in the future. Some things belong to present tense only, especially those statistical figures, facts, data, and such. Judge this, everyone. If we add 2 plus 2, what would you say? Naturally, the result will be 4. It won't happen in the future. It exists. If we add 2 and 2, the result is 4, not will be 4. Hold on. If you have any objection, you can inform me. If you have any objection, you will inform me. Think about this. Feel this. Not you will inform me. You can inform me. You have to go. Your father is calling you. Okay. If you wish to go, you will. Or if you wish to go, you can. Remember this line? Catch me if you can. From songs or movies or anything such. If you heat ice, it melts. One of these is not happening in the future. Like if I get leave, I will come next month. Both the actions happen on a daily basis. They are the habitual ones. They are the general ones. In that case, we have present here. We have present here. Nothing in future. Doubts welcome. If you want to leave, you can, not you will. Zero conditional. If you feel any difficulty, you can inform me. Zero conditional, not you will inform me. If we boil water, it evaporates. It happens, not it will happen in the future. It doesn't happen now, it does. If you heat ice, it melts. Zero conditional. Need not mention either of these in future. And catch me if you can. Zero conditional, we have a conditional clause in present. We have the result in present also. Okay. Mark your words, no problem. ready to discuss. Let's practice these now. Great. Ashish, Manoj, and some here. Yogesh. Welcome, Dinesh. Good evening, hey dear. Thumbs up. So quick and so precise. Great. Pretty good. Pretty good. Sneha, Ashish, Manoj, Sneha, Yogesh, GPT, everybody. Neha, the 10th one, have a look again. Manoj, could, had is not possible, brother, in English. Models take a fresh form. It's impossible to have a V2 after any model in English. So that should be could have, not had. Stay here. I keep on saying 3 to 5 lines in English, and this is one of them. No, Neha. Neha, emphasis here. Emphasis here. Now try to satisfy now and today in the sentences. That's why they are the mixed conditionals. Impossible. You are saying could have by. First form after have. Manoj, third conditional, brother. Woke will be second conditional, V2. Third one, had plus V3. Okay, all of you done? Let me explain and go ahead. If she, third conditional, if it is, had woken up, she would have caught the train. If they had invited us, we would have gone to the party. Now feel this. It is not usually asked in examinations. Before I define that, let me show you something. CPO 11th of December 2019, straight from the horse's mouth. Everyone, good response to be honest from all of you, especially those who are here on the very first day. Try. Every book mentions norms like if you work hard, you will succeed. Present indefinite, future indefinite, past indefinite, would, past perfect, would have. Ashish, most welcome, the very first thing. I never speak ill or wrong. We discuss. Please keep this. Why third one, brother? This should be word. Of course, that's why a model can take a V1. And if we have a would there, I think that should be the I think. That should be the second conditional. And in second conditional, we use V2. So I think that should be the answer. Why third one? Not to judge you, please don't mind. Yes, exactly, Manoj. And Martin, I think that's the name. Hey dear. Take your time. This is the first day. Dinesh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Anmol. But the answer is the third one. How? I'll show you. And this is asked in examination. Sneha. That's why I did show the mixed conditional. Mixed conditionals. Of course, all of us know this. Every book teaches this. Fine. And it happens. But once in a while, we may come across this. Now imagine everybody. We have this possibility. I'm not saying anything. Apostrophe D. It may be had. It may be would. Everyone. Because in examinations, we do come across distinctions. Not everything is smooth and fine every time. In tier 1, to be honest, out of those 25, we will get 22 to 23 easy questions. Couple of them will be difficult. In mains, say 45 questions out there, CGL, we will come across 36, 37, 38 easy peasy questions. 7 of them are going to be difficult for sure. So I had, but had takes a third form. There is no V3 here. That should be a model here. If we mug up straight without feeling a language, I think this is second conditional. Second conditionals take V2. That should be the answer. But the actual answer was this. Everyone here. We better know would is also used to show politeness. You have come here for the very first time. What would you like to have? Everyone, what would you like to have? Showing politeness, not something of past, because these conditional statements, if you work hard, you will succeed, belongs to future. If you worked hard, you would succeed, belongs to past, some unfulfilled condition that didn't happen. Sir, did you bring the books? Did you call me? Sorry, sir, I forgot. If you had called me yesterday, I would have. You didn't call me. I did not. I hope we can feel everyone here. These conditional clauses, the second one and the third one, remember, if I were a bird, if I were a millionaire, if I were the richest man on the earth, if I were the prime minister, I'm not the prime minister, I'm not the bird, I'm not the richest person on the earth. If I were, I would do that. If I had been there, I would have done that and such. So they show those unfulfilled condition of the past, the subjunctive mood if you know. But here, I'm not willing to mention any unfulfilled condition of the past. I would like to borrow it. I would like to go there. I would like to talk to you. I would like to say something. The first thing is it's not second conditional, it's zero conditional. And now everyone here knows zero conditional, present here, present there. That's the politeness one. I would like to say something. I would like to borrow it. Your book is good one. I would like to take it. May I, please? That one. And in the present tense, we follow present, indefinite, everyone, last line. Present indefinite denotes habits, doesn't it? I wake up at 7 daily. I love music every time. And if you mention this present indefinite in that, the meaning is going to be horrible. If you finish your book, feel this, everyone here. If you finish your book, that means you finish your book on a daily basis. If you wake up at 7, inform me. If you do this, go there. If you finish the book daily, now imagine this in the most practical way. You took a book from me and now I'm asking, Ashish, you took my book that day? Yes, sir. Have you finished it? Have you finished it? Has the work been done? Has the task been finished? Yes, sir, I have almost. So actually, I have my examinations, for example, my friend, next month. So if you finish the book, give it back to me. Or if you have finished the book, if the work has been done, you can give me my book. Say you took some money from me and I'm asking after 3 months, have you completed the task? Has it been done? Done. So if the work has been done, I would like to get my money back. Is that okay? Everyone, Anmol, Martin, Manoj, Yogesh, and all of you here. If you mention indefinite tense, it will show the habitual action. I won't be finishing the same book again and again on a daily basis. Conditional clause can never be in future. It's impossible in any context. It's out of context. Finished will be past, and that's not past. So if you have done it, would like to. If you have said, thank you so much, thanks a lot. And this is not something I am making up, like I am teaching something different and such. Quite commonly in examinations, we come across such. Just a sample to demonstrate. So quickly, I'm going ahead. If you, zero conditional, heat ice, it melts. Usually, this belongs to present indefinite. If you heat ice, it melts every single time, today, yesterday, or tomorrow. If water reaches 100, it boils yesterday, today, tomorrow. This belongs to present indefinite. Now the first conditional. If she studies hard, she will pass the examination for sure. If it rains tomorrow, we will not go there. We will stay at home. Okay. Second conditional. If I were a millionaire, I would travel the whole world, but I'm not. If I had more time, I would help you, but I don't have. Third conditional. If she had woken up earlier, not right now. If she had woken up earlier, she would have caught the train. But she didn't wake up early, so she didn't catch up the train. If they had invited us, we would have gone to the party. Done. Now imagine these situations. We are talking about something in past, yesterday, but the next statement doesn't belong to yesterday, it belongs to present, now. We are talking about something in past, last month, but the next statement is not in last month, it belongs to present, today. So we have something such here. Yesterday, you can use the third condition. If you had called me yesterday, if you had followed my advice yesterday, you would have been happier, but it belongs to present. You would be happier now. Neha. Same here. If he hadn't spent all his money last month, he would buy, not would have bought, something finished in past. No, belongs to today, belongs to now. So can't be in past perfect tense. If you had followed my advice yesterday, you wouldn't be in trouble right now. If you had not spent all your money last month, you would buy a new phone today. It's sale on Flipkart and Amazon. You would buy that, but you spent all your money last month. If you hadn't, you would have. Thanks a lot, especially those who are here for the first time. Let's have some more, because today we'll be emphasizing those conditional clauses, and I'm sure, trust me, they are so easy And they are so important. They are equally important, but they are so easy. Next, find the errors as if we are in the examination. Straight. Thank you so much, everyone. Honestly. Yep. Thank you, GPT. Ashish studies because singular subject takes an SES. He goes to school, not go to school. The sun rises in the east, not rise in the east. That way. In fractions, need not mention the correction, but in sentence improvement, have to pick one of them. If she will, everyone, I am a student. After today's class, if I come across if she will, that's horrible, impossible. If she studies harder, she will pass the examination easily. A result can be in future, conditions cannot. Fourth one has an error. And if I was you, I would second conditional, that's fine. But subjunctive, we will study pretty soon. I hope you remember the unfulfilled desires of past. In those conditions, we mentioned were, not was. If I were, if he were, if she were, because I'm not a millionaire, I'm not the prime minister, I'm not you. If I were, I would do that. Everyone, go ahead. Had you informed me earlier, third conditional with the inversion. If you do not know, we'll study, no problem. I would help, but that's the second one. Had plus V3, had plus V3. Would have, models take a V1, third form, helped you with this. Exactly. Good going. Absolutely. If they had listened to my advice, let me mark the numbers. First conditional, second conditional, third conditional. If they had listened, had and a V3, third conditional, unless he does not apologize, first conditional, third, you judge this, first, second, second. Fourth one, if they had listened, had and a V3, so would no have no V3. Let me insert. Would not have faced this problem. Fifth one, I think all of you know that unless is a negative word. Remember, until, unless, they are negative words, and negative words cannot take a not again unless he apologizes, or if he doesn't apologize, exactly. If he had worked a little harder, had worked, he not will, would have succeeded. Seventh one, she could have succeeded if she will. Great. Okay, she could have succeeded. Mentioning a possibility to changing the model from would to could. But the third way, could have V3. Okay, if she will, conditional clause can never be in future. Now that's the third one. So if she had put in, the V3 of put is put itself, no problem. If she had put in more effort. If you will, not possible. If you call me, I will explain. If I was, if it wasn't for his support, we couldn't have won. Ninth one, everyone, that's the second conditional. If it wasn't for his support, we couldn't have won. We could not win will be a better choice. But I would say, no, Neha, I'm sorry. Before we go ahead there, we can consider this a mixed one. But if it was is not possible, sorry. A better choice, Neha, NGBD. We will go there once we cross this. We cannot cross this. If it was, if it were, mark your words, no problem. I wish he tells me, oh, I wish I were taller. I wish I were the richest man on the earth. I wish I were there. I wish I were you. Once again, to mention those regretful or unfulfilled desires of past, we say, I wish he were here. So this is once again, I wish he told you or told me the truth about what happened there, but he did not. You are correct, Neha, mentioning that subjunctive tone, I wish he tell me. My camera went off. I'm sorry. Changing battery. 5 seconds, please. Changing battery, 5 seconds, please. Or 7 or 10, not more than that. Everyone, let's go ahead. Okay. Doubts, heartily welcome. Next. This is done. So we've discussed for last 45 minutes. Okay, back. So for last 45 minutes, we have discussed all these things. Let's go straight. Sometimes all those sentences, now I think you can feel them. We have been discussing those for last 45 minutes. If you work hard, you will, real situation. If you worked hard, you would, unreal situation. Because if you had, you would. If you had worked, you would have unreal condition. Sometimes in the past, we mentioned real conditions. Imagine this. I can show you point of time or reference also. Everyone, we are mature enough. Thank you. Say I went to the railway station in the morning at 6. Say I reached home in the evening yesterday at 6. I can explain 3 situations here. Common sense, everyone, please. Yesterday, I came home at 6 in the evening, say. When I came home, the moment I came home, I found, oh my God, the lights were on. Oh, the studio was on. The TV was on, etc. When I came home yesterday, point of time in the past, oh, I've reached home. Oh my God, the studio is on, the TV is on, the AC is on. Both the actions happening at the same time. I repeat, both the actions are happening at the same time. When I reached home, I found the lock was broken and such. So both the actions are happening at the same time. Point of time, you can mention both in past and definite. When I called him, he told me, when I called him, he told me both the actions happening at the same time. First point. Second possibility. Maybe one action at the point of time, the other action a continuous period of time. Like when I reached home yesterday, My mother cooked food is a possibility, but she was cooking food is another possibility. When I reached home, children were playing in the garden. First of all, a point of time when I reached home, another one is a continuous action. I repeat, when I reached home, I found the lights on. Past indefinite, past indefinite. When I reached home, she was cooking food. Past indefinite, past continuous. There's another possibility. See, when I reached home, food had been prepared. Something, that's the emphasis. Which happened in the past, something, another one, which happened in the past, but one of them, not both of them happened at the same time. One of them had happened before the second happened. Say I reached the railway station at 6 in the morning, but the train, everyone, in your native tongue, naturally, what would you say? When I reached the railway station, the train left. Feel this in your native tongue. You do say this, I'm sure. No matter which language we speak, I'm sure you would say, when I reached the railway station, the train had left. In Hindi, if I say, जब तक मैं स्टेशन पहुंच पाता, ट्रेन गई ना होकर ट्रेन जा चुकी थी. Doubts welcome. When I reached the railway station, the train had left. Or, I reached the railway station after the train had left, or the train had left before I reached the railway station. Doubts welcome. So there may be three possibilities. When I reached, the train had left. I reached after the train had left. Feel this perfect tense and indefinite combination here. The train had left before. Before what? Before I reached the railway station. This is perfect now. This is indefinite now. Is that okay? If not, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Let's have some sentences for this also. Feel this first. If two actions have already happened in the past, then the one which happens first is marked in past perfect tense. The one which happens later is marked in past indefinite. Many examples such, I'm sure you know. No, I had already taken lunch before you brought me food. So before you brought me food, I had had lunch. Exactly. Before the police could reach, the thieves had departed. Before the police, because if the police had reached first, they would have caught them. But the police, before they could reach, the thieves had departed, and many such. Doubts welcome. Let's practice these also. When I arrived at the airport, the flight left 10 minutes earlier. Not both the actions are happening at the same time. Everyone, Manoj, Yogesh, Anmol. Exactly, Ashish. Say I arrived at the airport at 7, but the flight left 10 minutes earlier, 6:50. That means it happened first, it happened later. So when it happened, it already had happened. Exactly, the flight had left 10 minutes earlier. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Exactly. After she had completed, first of all, she needs to complete the homework, then she can go out and play. So after she had completed, she went out to play. By the time we reached the theater, the movie started. The movie, I'm sure all of you feel this, had started. Exactly. He told me that He visited the museum before. Not both the actions are happening at the same time. Anmol. He told me that he had visited the museum before. He told me right now, say yesterday, but he had visited the museum even before he told me he had been there. I finished my meal before he. Yes, drop it. Before shows it had happened first, not the next one. So drop it from past perfect tense. Great. No, 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 no. Anmol, fifth one cannot be no error. Imagine the situation in time expression. I finished my meal before this action happened before. We can feel these. Anmol, Yogesh and everyone. Uh, I have seen you before. I have heard this before. We have met before, if you understand Hindi. हम लोग शायद पहले मिल चुके हैं. आज मिल रहे हैं उससे पहले. ये बात शायद मैंने पहले भी सुनी है. ऐसा शायद पहले हो चुका है. It has happened before. We do mention in present perfect tenses also. As soon as the teacher entered the class, as soon as the moment the teacher entered the class, students had. GBD, great. You can feel this action didn't happen first. Both the actions happened at the same time. As soon as the teacher entered the class, so when the teacher entered the class, the students stood up. They won't be standing even before the teacher. If they were, change the conjunction. Say before the teacher entered, they had stood up. But as soon as the teacher entered, the students stood up. By the time the doctor arrived, the patient had already done this. Wow, impressive. But Manoj, the guests left before we reached. So we reached, but they left before, or they last class punishment. Superb presence of mind. Superb. The guests had left before we reached. Before we reached, they had left. Because if they left at the same time, we will meet. Great. I had past tense because the next fraction belongs to past. I had never seen such a beautiful place until I came here. Until I talked to you or talked to you, I never knew someone such can be there. So when we got to the bus stop, we realized the bus left had already left exactly. The bus had just left or already left. Just left and such. Let me say them one more time. So when I arrived, the flight earlier, that means the flight had left. I arrived later. The flight had left 10 minutes earlier. After she had completed, she must complete her homework first, then she can went out to play. By the time we reached the theater, the movie had already started. He told me that even before that, he had visited the museum. I finished my meal before he arrived at the restaurant. Statements before are imperfect, not the ones after that. As soon as the teacher entered, both the actions happening at the same time, the students stood up. By the time he arrived, the patient had, the guests had left before we reached the venue, or before we reached the venue, they had left. I had never seen such a place until I visited Paris. So before that, I had never seen. When I visited Paris, I saw such a place. Before that, I had never. And when we got to the bus stop, we realized the bus, because if the bus hadn't left, we would have caught it. Okay, so that's all I had in my in this session from my side. Feel free to say, would love to see you, no problem. Done. Thanks a lot. Just a sec. If anyone here has any objection, feel free to say, would love to answer. See you tomorrow at the same time here. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Be safe. That was a good one. You too, Yogesh. Thanks a lot, brother. Thanks a lot for the words. Thanks a lot. Everybody, thank you so much. Manoj, thanks a lot from my side. Yogesh, Anmol, thanks a lot. Sneha, Ashish, and all of you here. Thanks a lot. If anything such is there, feel free to comment. We'll be happy to. Thanks a lot. And see you tomorrow at the same time here. Nandri, Valga, Valamudan. Thank you, Thambi. Thank you so much. Waiting for one more minute as this is a new session and first session here. Okay, one more minute. I'm waiting for your comments if you have any. See you. Okay, thank you then if you don't have. Many doubts cleared in this class. Thanks a lot, Neha. Finishing things now. See you at the same time. Thank you.